these extensions and raises to the coaching staff are a small part of the bigger picture of a facilities upgrade and a plan to really upgrade and compete in the SEC. So what do we know about that, Jason?
Yeah, so there was an announcement yesterday that $175 million, I guess, project is the right way to say it. That's going to go before the Board of Regents, and part of that was the raises that you had mentioned. And really, what this is it's a football operations facility. I think is exactly what they're talking about. So this is really kind of off the field amenities for the kids and for the program. So really specifically to like practice field stuff, like weight room, recovery room, things like that. And so Oklahoma had previously spent a decent amount of money getting it up to speed, but I don't think it's quite SEC up to speed. So that was something that Thad Turnipseed noticed initially when he moved over from Clemson to Oklahoma, and something that he talked about a lot last year, just in terms of getting that program where it needs to be. Obviously, with the looming move to the SEC, and obviously maybe a little bit sooner rather than later now. With that, so I think that's a formality. Typically, the way Oklahoma does that is they pay for these things themselves through through grants and donations and things like that. So I think from what I've heard, they're in the process of just kind of evaluating what that might look like and who might be able to do that work. But I think Oklahoma is going above and beyond in terms of the money that they're looking to allocate to this. There was, as this was announced yesterday, there was something floating around Twitter around the amount of money that Florida spent on this, and it was somewhere around the, I think as I looked around the 90 to 100 million. Um, and you look at it, and it's state of the art, and it's outstanding. So the fact that Oklahoma is doing things like this shows obviously how serious they are in understanding where they're at related to from a facilities perspective as they go into the SEC next year, but also just the urgency that they need to get this done to compete. And really, what this is, it's a recruiting tool, right? It's stuff for these kids, that it's amenities for these kids that that they'll look at when they go on these visits. They look at the weight room, they look at the recovery room, they look at all of these different things that you have available for the kids, and that's part of that's the new shiny toy. That's part of what a lot of these kids are looking at. So I think it's really certainly timely, but I think it's something that will be certainly a big benefit from a recruiting perspective going forward for Oklahoma.